Hello everybody, welcome to another adventure with Art Whisperer 88. This is another sheet of Legion Coventry. This is a very smooth hot press watercolor paper, and I made a very light pencil line. I did a 2-inch border on the tops, the sides, and the bottom, so as to define the picture area. And what I plan to do is do a mixed media piece today. I have here some tissue paper scraps, and I will assemble a composition with these scraps. Okay, I think I'm gonna do it like this. And after I collage all of this, I will print over it with my silicone mat. So the first step is to get these down with glue. And as usual, I am using Mod Podge mat. Now, even if the edges are going to come out a little rough, I still like to have them even. And that's why I put the very light pencil line just as a guide for me. Okay, here's the last one. Now I have to dry this very well, because if it's not dry enough, this will come off when I do the print. So I have to make sure that this is completely dry. And for this reason, I have my desk fan. So I'll be back in a few minutes. Okay, so while the collage is drying, I'm going to go ahead and start laying down the colors. I'm going to use these lighter, more transparent colors. You could call them pastel colors. And as usual, I will be using my color shaper to start blocking in the colors. Okay. So here is the first layer with the collage. Now, I have had several viewers suggest that I put a spongy layer underneath the silicone mat with the idea that the sponginess is going to help make the paint transfer better. Actually, that's not true. It's not the bounciness that makes the paint transfer. It's the interaction of the paper and the paint. It's the absorbent nature of the paper that makes the paint stick to the fibers of the paper. Not so much the bouncy nature of a plate. And according to research, smooth paper is more delicate than rough paper. It's less forgiving. For example, if you make a mistake, it will be very difficult to scrape it off. You can get away with it with cold press paper, but not with hot press, because it's a very fine surface. That's why it's very smooth. Okay. There are a lot of white spaces. That's where the paint didn't transfer. But that's all right. So it's a little challenging to hold this big sheet of paper, especially when it's a little wet. But I'm very pleased with the result. It did leave a very nice ghost print. I'm going to see what I can do with this. See if I can use this turquoise. And this is manganese blue. Now instead of the color shaper, I will be using a brayer this time. I have some water stains here. They're kind of cool though. Now this is more like a woodcut because of the grains. Maybe next time I should tape this to the table. check this out. I love the textures. Let me try. This raw sienna. And some of this now Blickcrylic is very fluid, so I'm hoping that it will pick up the leftover paint. this out. Actually, the biggest challenge is getting the paper off the table, because my table is not very big. But I do love the texture of this. And even if the paint has spilled over the edges, I kind of like it. Okay, so I will air dry all three of these and then recap. Okay, everybody, it's been about half an hour under the fan, so this has dried very nicely. Let me show you a close-up. It's a combination of the collage and the monoprint. Now, the white spaces that you see are the areas where the acrylic paint did not transfer. But it does create an interesting texture. Okay, so that is the first piece. Here's the second piece. I do like this one. Oh, actually, I have it upside down. There we go. I even like the blot. There's some water drip there, and it looks like watercolor. Here's a close-up. Now this looks really like a woodcut because the grain looks like wood. So that's the second piece, and here's the last piece. I love the intricate textures. It's a very different effect from a gel plate, but nevertheless it's effective. So I hope you like this experimental video. I had a lot of fun doing these because every pull is a surprise. And there's a very fine line between surprise and failure, but you won't know until you try. So anyway, thank you so much for watching and subscribing. Thank you for all your support and your kind comments. I hope to see you next time.